Cameroonians go to the polls this Sunday, October 7th, to elect a new president. The vote will decide who will steer the affairs of the Central African nation for the next 7 years, following deep divisions between the country's north and south. Political tensions remain high, and on Thursday, soldiers from Cameroon's Rapid Intervention Brigade stood guard at a corner town's roadsides with their automatic rifles raised. 8 candidates are running against longtime President Paul Biya. The 85-year-old president, who has ruled the Central African country since 1982, is favored to win another 7-year term that would end in 2025. Earlier, Africa 54 spoke to Dancy Elvis, a Cameroonian youth activist and Obama Foundation scholar here in the U.S., who believes the only way forward is for opposing sides to seek a peaceful solution to the political crisis.
And so I think the only solution is if the government decide to call for a general amnesty, call for everybody for reconciliation and to dialogue, then there is a way forward that maybe this can appease those who want separation to think back of a unified Cameroon. All the separatists have said there will be no election in the northwest and southwest region of Cameroon. So there are military people present, they are burning and shooting. Some of the separatists who are killing military people. Many military people have lost their lives, so it's also human life that is being lost, which we all condemn. The military has vowed that there must be election in southern Cameroon, and the separatists has vowed that there should be no election. As I speak to you, there is a complete shutdown in the northwest and southwest region because the separatists have asked everybody to stay home. There should be no movement.
Armed separatists are vowing to stop the election in English-speaking areas, potentially disenfranchising about 1 in 5 voters, and ironically helping President Paul Biya, who heads a Francophone-dominated government, extend his 36 years in power. Meanwhile, Cameroonian singer Leslie has released a song calling for peace in the Anglophone region of Cameroon ahead of Sunday's election. The hope, she says, is for the song to unite the minds of Cameroon's people and politicians in finding a solution for the Western Anglophone regions, which have been gripped by violence. Here is VOA's Maria Madiallo.
The 21-year-old Afro-jazz solo artist collaborated with 3 other musicians on the single Stand for Peace. Both English and French versions were released.
With peace we are strong, if only we can see and believe. With peace we win.
We've been facing crisis lately. People are being displaced. There's rampant death everywhere. So this had to get to our minds, and we decided to join our voices together to advocate for peace.
She says they hope the song will mend broken hearts.
So we just believe and we know that where speeches could not reach, actually music is going to reach, and melody, inclusive, it's going to reach and it's going to touch hearts and touch souls.
Cameroon's Western Anglophone regions have been gripped by violence since secessionists called for independence. In Douala's busy market, a 21-year-old first-time voter says she doesn't know much about what her Anglophone residents are living through, but said she had seen some pictures on social media. For her, the problem is one of tribal differences rather than a crackdown on a violent separatist movement.
My only wish is that I would like the country to go back to what it was, a united country with all of the tribes, that peace returns, and that every citizen feels comfortable in this country.
In the same market, another resident who didn't want to be identified says safety in Cameroon is not guaranteed in every region.
I had to abandon my business and my properties in the southwest region just to come here for safety.
This mechanic who lives in Francophone Cameroon will go to the polls October 7th. He says he's looking for a candidate who can fight corruption and develop the country.
If a president can fight against that, I would be pleased. Then we would no longer need to flee the country looking for work outside, looking for money.
Cameroon has had the same president since 1982. It ranks 153rd out of 180 countries in the 2017 Transparency International Corruption Perceptions Index. In addition to the crisis in the English part of the country, Cameroon's economy has been sluggish because of low prices for its main exports, oil and cocoa, and because of falling crude oil production. Mariama Diallo, VOA News.